we've got some more Dandy's World bugs to go through. Thankfully, the list isn't too long today. Our first bug is to do with Dandy's color being a bit off. We all know this is a loading problem. Nothing new here. However, this user said, I think Dandy forgot to paint his petals because why is he white? I have never seen this problem carry over to Twisted Dandy. This is the first time I've seen Twisted Dandy having these weird colored petals. So that was interesting to see. I thought only the Dandy shop model got affected, but his Twisted model gets affected as well. So that's just a bit interesting. Our next bug is to do with some graphics problems. This user said, this shows up every time I open the skins button. And if we take a closer look, game graphics have turned into this cartoony texture. The shades are a bit off and it's nighttime. Like what? And they've got another picture. They are in the skin preview section, the skin preview area, and the shading is so weird. It looks kind of cool actually, like a cartoony. It has like a cartoony vibe to it. Our next bug is to do with some animation problems in role-playing mode. So we all know that role-playing mode isn't supposed to have perfect animations, most likely to reduce lag. But this user has said Connie is slightly transparent in RP mode after using her ability. And if we take a closer look, Connie has some transparency that apparently just stays there. I've seen this before. I thought this would have been fixed by now, but it looks like it's still happening to people. I guess that would be awesome for roleplay users, for her to be slightly transparent. Our next bug is to do with receiving tapes when being spotted by a Twisted. This user has said, has anyone else not been getting tapes from being spotted? Last time I checked, everything was working fine in terms of receiving tapes when being spotted by a Twisted. But then again, Dandy's World has some weird bugs where some people experience certain bugs and other people don't. So maybe there's some truth to what this user is saying. Hopefully that can be resolved for them. Our next bug is to do with Scraps' ability. Problem with my target ability, it's only on this map where it wants me to latch onto something in the distance. Let's take a look at this video. As you can see in the distance, there's a machine arrow just bugging out. So that's kind of weird. I've never seen that before. And they said it only happens on this warehouse map. Our next problem is to do with posters on the wall not placed properly. This user said, on the variant 7th floor, the posters seem to be misaligned and look like they're floating. Not a big issue though, just wanted to point that out. And as you can see on the right hand side, the posters are floating off of the wall. Hopefully that can be fixed. This is an old video though. This video was from 13.11. We are on 13.13, so maybe it has been fixed. So if you're on this floor, look out for these posters and check if they have been fixed or not. Our next bug is to do with the lobby elevator. So most of you may be aware that sometimes the leave button disappears and you're stuck in the elevator like this user. You can reset your character, the option should be there. However, when you do, this user said it wouldn't let me reset, and when I did, I was back in there. I had to leave the game. So it looks like the reset button doesn't work properly and you are still forced to go into a game. So hopefully the dev team can fix that situation so that users can leave the elevator without having to close their game. We have a problem to do with the combination of Speedy Shoes and the Cooler Trinket from Dandy's shop. So Speedy Shoes increases walk and run speed by 5% and Water Cooler reduces movement speed by 5%. So users are assuming that the positive 5% and the negative 5% should equal a net zero change in your movement speed. However, this user has pointed out you get a minus 0.3 net speed. So players are a bit confused at why that is. Why is it not 0%? This user has answered why that happens. They said movement speed refers to both speeds, walk and run speed you already know. It doesn't fully cancel. It's because the base is 100%. Minus 5% can be translated into 0.95 multiplier. And if you do a 0.95 times 1.05, you get 399 divided by 400, which is minus 0.25%. This is 0.25% 0.3%, as the game only gives one decimal to percentages, makes it look like 0.3%, so it's rounded up. Our next issue is to do with Connie. People are reporting that Connie is shiny. This user said, are Connie's arms, dress and tail supposed to be shiny? Her hair and face aren't shiny. Let's take a closer look and they are correct. Connie's surface is reflecting light. This only happens to some people, it seems. Our last bug is to do with coal. Players are experiencing coal with a red texture. Players have no idea why this is happening, and it's only happening to coal. Something similar has happened to this user too. However, coal is another color instead of red.